Hello and welcome to Singing Camels. That's correct, my friends. These two camels love to sing. Hey, this is a work with me video, so you should have all paper and pencil and all your supplies right in front of you, and you're going to watch this video, pause it, and copy whatever I do onto your paper, and that way you're going to learn how to do this. Okay, so here we go. This is the scenario. Cammy and Connie Camel love to sing. That's right, that's what they're doing right here. They walk all the way around their paddock, that's their fence here, singing to all the onlookers. Cammy and Connie's paddock is 8/9 miles long. If Cammy and Connie break the paddock into portions that are 3/4 miles, how many portions will our singing camels walk and sing? So, the very first thing you should do is go ahead and write down your hint. And here it is. How many 3/4 are in 8/9? So, pause the video, copy that down. That's the first thing you're going to do. Alrighty, so let's move on. The next thing I want to do is create my 8/9, right? So I'm going to go ahead and create a good old fraction box. And in this fraction box, or actually when I'm making it, I want to make sure I make it plenty big because I got to cut it into 9 parts, right? So since I'm cutting it into 9 parts, that means I'm going to draw 8 lines. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 lines will give me 9 parts. Let's just double check. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 parts. Now, I get 8 out of those 9, so I'm going to go ahead and color in 8 of the 9 parts, and bam, there we have it. Now, so what I'd like you to do is go ahead and copy this exactly how I have it, except perhaps yours could be a little neater. I got a little off there. That's a crooked line, but it'll work for our purposes here. But go ahead and copy that, and I'll wait for you, and then hit play when you're ready. Fantastic. All right, let's move on here. So now I want to take this 3/4 and cut this into 4 parts going up and down like this, okay? 4 parts means I'm going to draw 3 lines. So I'm going to go 1 line right here, a 2nd line right here, and a 3rd line right there. And so now what I want you to do is go ahead and pause the video and copy exactly what I have right here. Okay, fantastic. So now we're going to make 3/4 parts. Now if you notice, I've got 1, 2, 3, and that's what I need. But these top ones are not filled in. I've got extra ones over here. So I'm going to move some of these over here. And I actually need 3 of them. So I'm going to just go 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to move all 3 of those right over here. And I'm just going to go like this and copy those 3 in. And now, as you see, I've got one big old group of 3/4, right? So right there is one group of 3/4, and that's asking how many 3/4. Well, I've got one group of 3/4 there, right? So you can see that. I'm going to actually make a big old 1 right there. I'm going to make this nice and fat. So I'm going to make a big old 1 there. There's one group of 3/4. Now, I have more here, don't I? I have all these over here. So let's count those up and see what I've got. And here we go. I made it a little bit bigger so it's easier to write in here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 out of, now, in order to make a whole 3/4, I've got to go 1, 2, 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 times 9 is going to give me 27. So I've got 5 27ths right there extra, right? So I've got 1 whole and 5 22nds. And that, my friends, is actually your answer in the form of an illustration. Okay, let's take a moment and go back to our original problem. We've got Cammy and Connie Camel that are singing, and they're walking along their paddock here around it, and it's 8/9 of a mile long, but they're breaking their songs into 3/4 of a mile, right? And so how many songs will they sing? Well, they'll sing one full song and then 5/27 of a second song as they get around to the beginning again. So then they'll have to loop around again if they want to keep on singing, right? At any rate, this is the illustration for the division problem. Let's go ahead and take a look at the algorithm. But before we do that, I want you to pause the video and copy down what I've got here. I'll wait for you and then hit play when you're ready to go. Fantastic. All right, so now what I want to do is make this a little bit bigger. And remember, I've got 8/9 that I am dividing by 3/4, right? And so when we're dividing, we can do one of two things. We can either do the mountains and the valleys, right? Or we can do change this to multiply the reciprocal. So I'm going to show both, but the first thing I'm going to do is multiply by the reciprocal. So I'm going to just go ahead and write 8/9 again. Oops, that 8 got crazy on me, didn't it? 8/9, and then I'm going to multiply the reciprocal, which means I'm going to flip that upside down, which means the 3 would be on the bottom and the 4 will be on the top. So here we have it. Now, when you're multiplying fractions, all you do is multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators. So here we go. 8 times 4 is going to give me 32. And then 9 times 3 is going to give me 27, right? And here we have 32/27. And if you notice, this is top heavy because my numerator is bigger than my denominator. So we also call that an improper fraction. And I want to change it to a mixed number. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to actually do, let me remind you. This fractions can always be thought of in 3 ways. 32/27, 32 out of 27, or in this case, since I want to change it to a mixed number, 32 divided by 27. And let's go ahead and do that. So I got 32 divided by 27. And 27 will go in there one time, which will give me 27. And then when I subtract, lo and behold, I got some trouble coming here, don't I? So I've got to borrow from this 3, turn that into a 2, and turn this into 12, right? And then 12 minus 7 is going to give me 5, right? And since 5 is smaller than 27, it becomes my remainder. But you're going to just put your remainder as a numerator, and then your divisor as your denominator. And bingo! Look at what we've got. We've got 1 and 5/27, which agrees with our our illustration right up there. So what I'd like you to do right now is go ahead, pause the video, and then copy all this algorithm right here with multiplying by the reciprocal, and then also changing this improper fraction into a mixed number like this right here. And I'll wait for you, and then I'm going to show you how to do it one other way, okay? So pause the video, copy that, and then hit play when you're ready to go. Superb! And let's rock and roll, my friends. All right, so now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to look here at the 8/9 divided by 3/4. And we've already done where we multiply by the reciprocal, but let's now use this and do mountains and valleys. So I'm going to just enlarge this, and now I'm going to make my mountain first. I'm going to go 9 times 3 is going to give me, I'm going to make my equal sign here, is going to give me 27 down here. So let me go ahead and write the 27 on the bottom. And then I'm going to go 8 times 4 is going to give me 32 right up there. And lo and behold, look at what we have done. These are the same, right? So 32/27 and 32/27. And then either way, when you change these into a mixed number, you'll still end up with the same answer of 1 and 5/27, which is exactly what we've got up here as well, right? So next, I want you to pause the video and copy all this, and then we're going to be done. Fantastic. All right, so there you go, my friends. That is how you solve this problem. And until next time, I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll see you soon.